Go.
Two.
Actually, I didn't look to see who it was. I just have to look down to see if somebody had commented. Jay Watterson. What's up, Jay?
Oh man, he made it at the beginning instead of barely missing it. Damn, he is on it today.
Might have went up a little bit. Turn AC on since they school here though. Just turn it down. Turn the fan down. There you take a moment.
I don't know.
So everybody's crying about mental health, red flag laws in this country. You know, it's let's harden the schools. It's let's throw money at mental health and all this shit. Why was mental health not an issue 3 decades ago? At least not the issue that it is today. And I think it's kind of a made-up term. My opinion, I have a buddy I've talked about before that is, we used to all make fun of him as kids. We used to call him a fag and shit all the time because, he was a twin brother and he was kind of the feminine of the two. And we used to always rag on his ass, like, you're going to be sucking dick by the time you're 18. And, now that he's 40, how old am I, 41?
Yeah.
Now that he's 42, he openly lets you know that, he's gay. It's also the same person who every other week is killing himself and posting on Facebook and all this other crazy shit. So, does he have some mental health issues? No, he doesn't. What he has is called life choice issues. He's made decisions that have fucked his life up, and now he doesn't know how to handle it because he can't man the fuck up.
Right.
There comes a point in time where you can whittle it down. I used to be a what do you call it when you blame everything on somebody else? It's always somebody else's problem, or it's always somebody else's doing. It's not responsible for your own choices. It's always somebody else's reason why you're broken. Somebody else's reason why you don't have good credit or fault. It's somebody else's fault why your life just sucks. Motherfucker, it's called life, dude. We all go through it. I don't care if you have money. Your life is not perfect. You have problems. But we've started feeling sorry for these people just like we do this starving, these poor kids over here who are hungry because their parents won't get off their ass and go to fucking work. Listen, if I could get off my ass on my own without having to go work for the fucking man and feed my family, there's not a soul in the world who cannot do it themselves if they want to. Now, you might not be doing some shit you want to do, but your kids still fucking eat. But no, those people that don't want to do, they don't want to have their hands in pipes that have had shit in them, or in toilets or wax rooms with shit all over them. They will sit at home and government will extort you to then fund them so they can raise little brats that will have mental fucking health issues, like my buddy Justin, or Jesse, I'm sorry. His brother's Justin. Fuck them. And I have an uncle that I love. My most favorite uncle in the world is paranoid schizophrenic. Not just a little bit either. He is paranoid schizophrenic for real. Ain't he, Christy?
Yeah, for real.
My Uncle Jeff.
His own mom's trying to kill him.
Yeah, my Uncle Jeff's for real paranoid schizophrenic.
But
my favorite uncle in the world. What?
But he also knows, even though his mind's trying to tell him that, supposedly, he also does say he doesn't think she's really going to kill him.
Right, it's
like the coffee thing. Remember we were sitting around with
So when I say this, it's not that I don't care about people or I don't know the situation or how they act or whatever. I mean, my Uncle Jeff fucking swallowed razor blades at one time. So I get it. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. I'm sorry my Uncle Jeff did whatever the fuck he did to get him to that point. And you know what it was? All the acid he fucking ate with my Uncle David in the early 80s. That's what fucked him up.
By the accident.
Well, that and he killed somebody in a car accident. Well, he killed one of his best friends in a car accident. So, it fucked him up, and I feel bad for the dude, but it's not a mental health issue. It's a he's fucked up issue. He's fine. Listen, my Uncle Jeff's the hardest worker you ever met on the face of the fucking earth. You give him a task, and it will get completed, period. No ifs, ands, what's, and buts about it. He will get it fucking done. But right now, he's sitting at home doing nothing because he can draw an SSI check. It goes better than that. He drew an SSI check for years. Then one day decided he was going back to work. He went back to work for Kroger's and worked at Kroger's for what? 15 years probably?
Yeah.
Then one day said, you know what? I'm done. I'm retiring. Let's go back to the SSI check. And that's what he does. And now he sits at my grandmother's house, waiting on her to die so that he can then have the house and run it to the ground.
Oh, he will too.
She's paying to have it all fixed right now for him. That way he ain't got to worry about it for at least, part of the rest of his life. But anywho, it's up to the families. Like, my grandmother takes care of my Uncle Jeff in that regard. She's 88, 89. She's 89. She just turned 89, right? She's 89 or 90.
Yeah.
She's old. I mean, my grandma, she's kicking, but every time I go to Ohio, I want to see her because it very well could be the last time I see her.
Yeah.
Which could be the last time you see anybody, but she has a higher probability than anybody else in the family. And the problem is going to become is that to some degree we are all mentally ill. And then how does that get used against you, this red flag shit? Have you ever, I think it should be called the girlfriend's fucking best tool law or some shit. Ex-girlfriend's best tool law. Because I can assure you, there's going to be a lot of girlfriends making some phone calls, especially when they do away with the quote-unquote boyfriend loophole. You've heard about this crazy shit, right? Where if you haven't had a boyfriend, right now it's supposed to just be domestic issues, right? So if you're married, you live with somebody, now you can be a boyfriend and girlfriend and live together, and it's a domestic issue. But if not, I turn the camera around to me. But if not, they're not supposed to be to initiate the red flag shit. Well, they're wanting to close that shit. They're wanting to make it so now you will get a fucking domestic violence. If you date somebody one time and they say, freedom hit me, and there's no evidence of it, but then they'll come kicking your door and like stormtroopers, they'll get all the stormtrooper gear on, like they're going to Ramadi and 05 Ramadi, 0405 Ramadi, the good Ramadi, back when thugs were thugs and we tried to take a city that wasn't ours. But anyway, and they'll come kicking your door and like what nobody's talking about. This is what kills me about the whole red flag thing more than anything. And you will never hear anybody else talk about this because they're too stupid to think about it. You don't even have to have guns or dangerous weapons for them to kick your fucking door in. So what does that mean? What does it really mean? Well, what it means is that your government owns you. It's no different than Hitler in the fucking 40s with the Jews. That's what it means. Even with guns, it's bullshit. I don't care if you had a gun to your forehead and you're doing a live stream on Facebook. I mean, you want to take your life, more power to you. Just like the cops just shot the dude in Texas that was, he wrecked a car, has his girlfriend come get him, and they leave the scene, takes him home. The cop, the car was not there for the upside down, so they immediately went to his house. He's there. He walks out, talks to the cops. The cops let him go back in. He gets a deer hunting rifle, big scope, fucking wooden stock deer rifle. Walks out with it to his chin, then turns around to go back inside. The cop shoots him in the back, paralyzes him. So now dude's going after the cops because, they shot him and paralyzed him. And I don't blame them. I would be fucking pissed too. I was going to kill myself and you paralyzed me? Fuck you. That wasn't your decision to make.
So he can still do it.
Right, he can, but if you don't, once he doesn't have the juice now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that kind of courage, and it is courageous. Your own life. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Calling people cowards and whatnot. I don't give a fuck what you say. It takes a lot of balls to take your own life. But what was that? Where was I had a point to make with that? Where was I before that? What was I talking about? The guy in Texas killed himself. If he wants to kill himself, more power to him. Let him kill himself. It's his life to take, not yours to stop him from taking. Assisted suicide's okay, but you can't kill yourself. I mean, it's illegal to kill yourself. Did you know that? Think about the stupidity in that shit. It is fucking illegal in some states to kill yourself. But who are they going to prosecute? Like, it just shows you the stupidity in these people's minds. And really, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. And they know how it works, and they know that none of this shit is going to help. What they also know is that there's going to be a certain percentage of the population who supports it, and because of that, they will get it off. And because of that, they will further have control on you, or control over you, rather. It's just nonsense. Like, look at me as an example. I got this motherfucker, this dude that's swinging for my nuts, who every second of the day, I am living rent-free in his head.
Every day.
Every day. I haven't talked about this dude for what? At least, without the occasional, like, ha-ha, funny. I haven't talked about him in 2 years probably. A year and a half at least. Like, real.
No, we were at,
we were in Ohio.
Yeah, it was in September.
It was before COVID, though.
Well, we left in September, sorry.
I don't know. Let's call it 6 months for the sake of the argument. I haven't talked to him about him in 6 months about anything. And dude's chasing me around on Facebook when he lives in Missouri. I'm in Tennessee, and he's commenting on my post to try to deter people from hiring me. And this is one of the pro-freedom, pro-patriots, So what happens when he calls and says he's a brother, a cousin, a nephew, an uncle, a family friend, and that they need to red flag me because of whatever reason, right? Whatever reason he gives. Even though there's no guns in our place.
You don't rent a spot in his head. You own it, Jeff.
Oh, I do. You're absolutely right, Jeff. Thank you for correcting me. I own a spot. Yeah, like I own it.
What the hell?
So what happens when that dude makes that phone call? And then they come to my home and somebody gets killed. Me, most likely.
Dude, I have to change that every time. Like, I was just...
You have to change what?
Okay, so I just went up here because I just happened to be looking, like, I wonder if I missed any comments. And I went up here to click on it, and it was still on, it was on top, it wasn't on all.
Oh.
Like, so, like, every single video, I had to change it. Anyway, sorry.
But anywho, and like all this shit ties together because, it's, how do I say it? What's the word? Is it multifaceted? Is that the word? Is that the what I'm looking for? Where they're coming at us at so many angles, and one angle that you cannot correlate to the next has everything to do with the next angle. Like this mental health shit, it has a purpose in the end. Because you will see them cracking down on the people who are mentally ill, right? So they want, like, just, I don't know, man. It's going to be a long, tough road for people. Here's the kicker. I was going to tell you guys this. So in talking with somebody yesterday about what was going on with the YouTube, my number one fan, in their comments, they're like, in Tennessee, that's like a crime, right? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, in Tennessee, that is a fucking crime for real. Not just going on there making comments about somebody, but openly slandering somebody and then in the comments lying. So I forget what they called it, but there's a term for it.
Defamation?
No, it's something else. It has nothing to do with like me directly. It has to do with them. It's like defamation, but not.
Right. I didn't hear everything because never.
But anyway, and also they're slandering my business, right? They're slandering what I do for work. And, they don't really know what I do. You know what I mean? They don't know. Like, I don't have to pay taxes for 2 years, buddy. This, for your enjoyment. So, anyway, and it's a felony. Whatever, what the way they worded it, it's a felony. We looked it up right there, right? Not only is it a felony, it gets into a bunch of bullshit because it's on the internet, of course. So now they're in another state committing these crimes on the internet. So the possibility of federal shit is there. So now you have a person who hates me because I'm a scary felon, of course, committing felonies, but it's okay because they're committing the felonies. And they don't even know that they're committing the felonies, probably. Which is stupid, yeah, probably. But you know what? Part of me wants to just be Nick and just sit back and wait. And their day will come. The other part of me is like, well, you know what? They believe in what's in this system. They support this system and the thugs who play a part in it. So let's play their fucking game. And I've said it many times. I'm not the dude you really want to play games with. Like, I am great at playing games. You know why? Because I'll go to jail and smile every fucking day I'm in there and get out and still beat your fucking ass when I get out. If you don't believe me, call Jason Newton. He lives in South Lebanon, Ohio. Call him and ask him what happens to you when you fuck with me for doing and shit like that. And it's unfortunate because I took time away from my kids. Yeah, I know. And you're right, it is. But there comes a time, like in every man's life, when you just gotta, like, the world was a better place when people got the shit knocked out of them on a semi-regular basis for doing or saying dumb shit. But then this ties in it too. But we're at a time now where we are used to being behind keyboards and where nobody can touch us. Nobody can find out who we are or where we live. There's no consequences for our words. That's why you see people on YouTube all the time calling people bitches and shit like that. Dude, come to my front door. That's why I put my address out there. If you think I'm a bitch, why don't you come knock on my fucking front door and show me that I'm a bitch? Please do. You know where it's at. But they won't do that. No, they'll use the authority of the state and the force that it brings to try to prove that there's some kind of, something that they're not. And in the end, what they are, they're just a bitch. You know what I mean? But that ties into it too, because I was getting on that and I got away from it. What was I talking about right before that, Christy? I forget. It doesn't matter. But like, this shit's going to be used and abused not only by people. The cops can initiate it, guys. If I was 18 years old again, it'd be all bad. Like, there are cops, like, believe it or not, these great police officers hold grudges against people. You see, there's a reason why when you drive through your little small town in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, you see the same truck pulled over every weekend. It's not because he's doing something wrong every fucking weekend. No, it's because that cop is on duty and he's seen that truck. And he knows that those people are drug addicts or they're drinking and driving or whatever it is, name it. And he justifies in his mind by pulling them over because he's keeping the public safe, right? And that's not the truth, though. The truth of it is he has a grudge against them. So what happens now when these fucking prick-ass, badge-wearing pieces of shit pigs have the ability to write their own search warrants, and that's what they're doing with the red flag, and then they get the team together and they come kick in your door because they don't like it. Like, if you can't see the parallels here to late 30s Germany, you need to sit down and really think about the situation and what's going on. But and it's not only, look at Florida. There's been 6,000. You heard that one right. Six with 3 zeros behind it. 6,000 red flag seizures in Florida since they implemented the red flag law. Look and see what they implemented the red flag law, Kirsten.
What?
See when Florida implemented the red flag law down there. This shit's crazy. Oh, freedom's dangerous. Bam, door kicked in. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy. You can find out anything about anybody right now. Oops, I was a little bit on the side of the road. Sorry about that. You can find out anything you want to know about anybody that's on social media. Literally, if somebody was so inclined, in 15 minutes they can literally find out your whatever IP address is tied to your account that you're using right now or where you're on the internet right now. Somebody can find where you're at. And that's not even the cops and shit. That's me. So what happens when somebody like my most favorite fan decides he doesn't like any of you? And what's the repercussions, for that? Here's what the repercussions are. They go, let's just say that my favorite fan, since he knows that Great Black and I are good friends, he calls and red flags Great Black. He calls the cops and says, hey, I'm in Missouri. Great Black is my favoriteest uncle. And he said he's going to hurt himself. And I know he I know he has guns. I don't want him to hurt himself. And I think he might hurt somebody before he does it. And then they go kick Greg Black's door in. And they take his guns. And now Greg's like, wait a second. I don't even know anybody in Missouri. Matter of fact, I don't even have no nephews. So then they figure out it's wrong. They wind up figuring this out, that, hey, this is all bullshit. Do you think you're going to just give Greg his guns back? Hell no, they're not going to. How do you know this? Because they do shit now and they don't do the right, they don't right the wrong. You know what I mean? It's government. will tell you what's going to happen. Not a fucking thing. Just like with those bitches that say their old man hit them all the time, and the man did, and it ruins their life. They wind up losing their job or their careers, and now they got a domestic violence or spousal abuse or whatever you want to call it on the record. Now they can't buy firearms, quote unquote, legally in some states, federally at all, and nothing ever happened. But it doesn't matter. They know she's lying, and they don't care. They don't care because you're nothing but a number.
2018.
2018?
Yeah.
What day?
It doesn't say.
So 3 years. 4 years, but it's actually been 3 years.
Since 99.
Huh?
Connecticut's had theirs since 99.
Yeah. It's some bullshit, man. It's some straight bullshit. If government can enter your home, and how do you secure your person, places, things in effect? If government can enter your home at any time, based off of an opinion at best, at worst, total bullshit. You're not, man.
The law was applied more than 3,500 times from its implementation to 2020.
Right, 3,500 times in 2 years. And now they're at 6,000 as of a couple of days ago, I think. It's crazy. And nobody gives a fuck until it's you. You know, and I can't believe everybody's just standing around watching it happen. Those are the modern day Jews, people, that we are watching this shit happen to. I mean, you know, do I think the Holocaust happened the way it happened? Probably not. You know why? Because I know the winners. I'm smart enough to know the winners write history. I know that. You know, there's things about the time of the founding that I know are not true. Here I do. I know the weeks they were saying this. How did they count? Like, you go back and find newspapers within weeks of the war that was using the number 6 million.
They're allowed to use hearsay and testimony under oath.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're not allowed to.
Definitely. 100% they are, man. I mean, you think about the system how it is today with the cops. Cops are paid witnesses, right? They are paid prosecuting witnesses. What's up, Trady?
They would go around and ask the people around if they knew those people, and then they would write down.
It wouldn't matter, Trey. How they do that within a couple of weeks. Like, you're not thinking about how many 6 million is. But
Hearsay is not allowed in any other court, though.
huh?
Hearsay is not allowed in any other court, though.
Oh, right. But it's allowed there. I mean, but in every other court, you're allegedly given due process. They have a secret fucking hearing without you there. They will do it in the middle of the night. The cop will want the warrant at 6 p.m. say he will implement the red flag, and they'll call it a hearing on speakerphone with the cop and his task force sitting in a room and the judge on the other end of it. And don't say it won't happen, man. Don't say this shit ain't going to get. It's, you know, the fact that it already exists is an abuse. But don't tell me that it's not going to for real be abused. Like, it's already an abuse, the abuse on top of the abuse. And it will. Do we know judges? Like, listen, I've had search warrants written on me where you can clearly tell it was bullshit. Just like the search trial, where the cop openly lied in the search warrant. We proved he lied. He literally sat on the stand and said, "Yes, I lied." Like, no bullshit. That happened. That's real. Was it the detective's name?
Who?
And Jason Ford. He got demoted over that shit. He got demoted. He didn't lose his fucking job. I'll never forget him walking in the corner of the patrol clothes.
I know.
And busting out laughing.
Yes.
I'm sitting there in handcuffs, fucking laughing, looking at him. Christy was in his street clothes. I went back to jail for the Jason Newton incident where he fell through that big window. They say I did something to make him go through. That's not really what happened. It is, but not really. I didn't bring the window to the fight. Let's just say that. He fell through it, and I'm not lying about that part of it.
Well,
Now I might have gave him a little help. That's back to being accountable for what you say and do. The shit's just scary, man. You know, like, I'm worried for people. I'm worried where this is going to go and who it's going to affect. I'm worried for, you know, what happens when they, you know, preppers, as an example. You know, we've all heard about instances in history where government went around to people's homes demanding their item, their food, their water, their medicines. So what happens when you're a prepper and they decide they want your shit?
Taylor said he heard the cops head down the road from SOE last weekend just to bust out-of-towners.
What?
Taylor said that he heard that the cops set down the road from SOEs just to bust all the out-of-towners.
What surprised me?
Yeah.
What surprised me at all here,
They
brother?
had a field day there, like I said, because there was a whole bunch of people
Yeah,
there.
there was a bunch of people there last weekend.
Freaking the gas station, the field next to him,
Yeah.
across the street.
Yeah, there was a bunch. But I can't go to that, man. It's been ruined for me, brother. You know what I mean? I'm not telling people not to go to it. I'm just saying for me personally, that whole group and what it is supposed to be about and all that shit, it just got ruined for me. You know, I was talking to Greg Black tonight about this, that you don't really get to know people until you get to know them. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing about me that's fake. Like, I think I'm about as real as anybody you'll ever meet in your life. You know, there's people on here I've asked, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say there's people on here I pulled the fuck off. Man, ask Paul. Me and Paul about got into it in my truck. I was about to whoop his ass. Well, he was about to probably whoop my ass, but somebody was getting their ass whooped over something stupid. But you know, like, I don't hold back because of who you are, because I want you to think I'm some way. I don't give a fuck about what you think about me. You know, you're with me or you're not. If you're with me, cool. We're cool. Let's do what we can do. If you're not, well, kick fucking rocks. My lurkers are with me. My #1 fan. I want to get a sticker made that says #1 fan and send it to him.
Who? Oh.
So Freedom Inc. #1 fan. We'll put a Jeffree Star on it.
It's rainbow.
That's rainbow, yes. with your lips over in the corner. Because he's obsessed with you too.
God, I know. Keeps using my picture, my name.
He's wishing it was you. You know why, don't you?
He could sleep in a bed with you. He wants to lay
I don't
next to
think he
you.
wants to lay next to me. I think he wants me to, do things to him that I sometimes do to you.
Okay, but like I said, he
What?
wants to lay next to you.
Why do you guys say that in front of me? I don't know what you guys
Like,
do.
we're for real. Like, you just.
And you said that in
talk.
front of what, 18 people?
Who cares? We're all adults. How old are
I see
you?
20.
15?
How many times you watched porn in your life, Trayton? You want me to go pull your history up on the computer real quick? Let's talk about what Trayton does. I haven't looked at it in a few weeks. We'll go look at it.
Yeah, Red. We know what it is, but I would never post it here. I wouldn't post gay notes.
I'm only kidding. I don't know if he's watching porn.
Look up
I'm
gay
sure he
note,
has.
or just look up Nicholas Bolton and scroll down. Look up Nicholas Bolton, capital N, capital B, and scroll down to the 11th video from the top,
we
and
counted
you'll
it
find
today.
Gray Notes link.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were showing somebody.
Yeah, we were showing somebody today.
Trying
We
to
were
say she
having this
couldn't find us.
conversation.
Find it.
The person we had the conversation with last night was like, I couldn't find. She's like, I searched you. She's seen the comment that he had left a long time ago on the post. And she's like, I searched it and I couldn't find nothing on YouTube about you. I was like, well, it's there. You just gotta look for it. So that's why we looked today for it. And it's definitely still there. And you know what? I could probably have the video taken down if I wanted to. But that's not my way.
Text says, get a gay note sticker and put his face on all the work boots saying, I licked that.
I might. You know what? Man, what if
It's like the Biden
Hey, I
stickers,
got
put 'em
I got
everywhere.
that screenshot of him where he's like,
Yeah.
let's do a bumper sticker of like a pencil drawing of that, and
Put a
and
dick
just, and
wearing
just
boots.
put and just put gay note,
And a dick wearing boots going in his mouth.
gay note. That's it. And just we'll sell them for $3.50. We'll sell them for a price for whatever they cost to get made. Yep, that's what we'll do.
Just buy them and put them everywhere. Do you know where he lives?
Everywhere.
Like what state?
Yeah. I know Tiny lives.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
We need to go all over there and just post
Just put
them
gay
everywhere.
note stickers
Every
everywhere.
fucking where.
On the toilet seats. in the
Good idea,
bathroom.
Tech.
Oh shit, that's funny. Oh,
Then we need to write them
as
up.
much as I would like to waste my time doing, I've got better shit to do right now. But the day
Right,
will
it's
come.
funny.
There will come a day
Wait, you know what we should
where
I
I
said-
have absolutely
You know what we
nothing
should
to
do?
do.
You know what I think we should do?
No, wait, hold on. You know
Oh
what
shit!
I
Now
think
we
we
got the
should do?
family
I
involved.
think we should get the Communist Manifesto and stick that sticker on it and send it to his front door.
Yeah, I mean, he is a communist for real. Like no shit. Like anybody that's that's pro authoritarianism is a communist.
I think, okay, I was going to say it, but I think we're giving him too much airtime right now.
Yeah, I do too. I didn't do that though. My family started chiming in on what
No,
we
you start talking about it
should
first.
do.
Then. Well, I was just thinking we should raise some money to get some lawyers and sue the fuck out of his dumb ass.
Yeah.
I know.
The day will come. The day will come. But anywho, sitting here damn morning makes me tired. Go to sleep, dude. You're sitting in the truck. There's 2 beds right behind you, right? Like if you look right there behind you, like right back there, there's a bed. You should go to sleep.
It's his system.
Did they let you idle? Did they let you idle in California? Wasn't your APU messed up? I don't remember. For some reason, I don't think your APU is messed up. I don't know. But anywho, the shit's dangerous. Mental health is the person's problem that can't handle life, and it's going to be used to fuck a lot of good people up. And people should not just watch it happen. When government fears the people, but there's only one way that government fears the people. They don't fear you voting them out of office. Like this, nothing that we know is how it's supposed to be. It's all bullshit. And the longer we let it go on, the worse it's going to get. And there will come a point in time where you're going to be standing there wishing somebody was there to help you. I can promise you that. If you are anything like me in any way whatsoever, and maybe just be that you just want to live your life and be left alone, there will come a day when you will wish that somebody was there to help you. Anywho, I gotta go. We got a nice Xbox One X. How'd you know?
Yeah.
Did you say something about it?
I just told him he was telling Greg to throw PS5 in his truck, and I said that he had just gotten the new Xbox.
Yeah, trading. He paid for it with his own money. I mean, good for him. You know what I mean? He don't spend his money for real, so he bought him an Xbox.
Right?
Series X.
Series X, yeah.
Xbox One X was last.
Yeah, it was the Series X.
The Series X, guys.
The newest one.
The newest one. How pissed would you be if you spent, how much was it?
$500.
$500 on a new Xbox, and 6 months later they come out with a new Xbox.
Well,
I mean, they haven't came out with a new Xbox in
since the last one he just got.
5
yeah.
years.
I didn't know.
5 or 6 years, something
Yeah.
like
Shit,
that. It came out in 2016.
I'm not down with the Xbox
I
game.
remember it was when we were living in that apartment.
And Forest Park?
No, not in Forest Park. It was, what was it called?
God, we lived so many places. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, what was it called? It's okay. I'm trying to think of what it was called. It was where Daniel lives now.
Oh, and yeah,
No, not where. No. Oh my God.
Oh, Batavia.
Oh my God, what is it called? It was where Daniel lived. Papal Don lived. He lived by the lake.
We've never lived.
Eastgate Woods. That's
Oh, Eastgate Woods. That's not where Daniel lives at now.
I was trying to think. I was like, no, that's not where he lives.
Yeah, that's why you got me screwed up.
Right there, but,
It's okay.
oh, he
Chicken's
plays PC too. He's got his PC.
Yeah,
he loves his PC.
Yeah, he's got his PC too.
You guys can play.
Who's tech?
Email me.
Yep, I built a PC
Email me and I'll
I
send you
switched over to PC, but we can definitely get down because it's cross-play.
Email me and I'll
Wait,
figure it out.
he built his own PC. Traden needs to talk to him.
Yeah,
anyway.
Traden needs to talk to you because he wants to do. You want to do that, right? Yeah, he wants to do that.
And he wants to be able to put more memory in the one he's got and make it better. And
what all you play, Traden, on PC?
Rust, Escape from Tarkov, Modern Warfare. Well, I'm gonna get Modern Warfare. I'm probably gonna get for both. What else do I play? I have a whole bunch of games on there.
what's Arma?
Oh my God, that's one of another military simulator game, or not simulator. It's kind of it's realistic kind of.
All right, guys, I gotta go. It'll be that time to go in the house
Really fun
and stuff, and wash my asses.
military stuff.
Is that window up?
Do you play it, Traden?
Is that window up?
Yes.
NG plays, I guess.
I played.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Oh. He's
And,
out with me, yeah.
stay safe. It's just unreal that we are just letting it happen. Just letting it happen. Like it's legit. late 30s Germany. They're not killing us as fast, but give it time.
Something's walking over here to the right.